Deputy Game Warden Ellsworth Arthur Teed. The name may sound a little familiar, probably because he disappeared 90 years ago. But this week, there was movement in his cold case. First off, though, who is Teed? Well, last summer, we told you about Ellsworth Teed being added to the Idaho Peace Officers Memorial in Meridian and the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial in D.C. And we thought that this was a good opportunity to bring that back up before we explain what happened in the case. So, a little backstory. Here's Andrew Bartline.
Memorials are to remember, but the monumental stories must first be preserved.
I actually hadn't heard of him either.
In order to be honored.
We have a conservation officer that had done, all the research to kind of understand who Teed was, what his story was, what we did and didn't know about him.
Born a Clearwater County boy in 1894, Ellsworth Teed turned to Shoshone County to embark on a new career.
Maybe the first full-time deputy game warden. It was Wild West. People at that time were more readily committing wildlife crimes, and so he was stepping into some risky situations.
A situation highlighted in the press and panhandle lore.
So this was on everybody's radar at that time.
And it started with what was on Teed's radar in 1934. Unlawful killing of deer was found when they came across 3 shallow graves that contained the carcasses of the deer killed. Teed left early Tuesday to investigate the poachers. He told his wife he'd be home that afternoon.
The fact that he went into the woods on what would appear to be a typical kind of day for him, and that was it. That was all that was known.
Teed's wife never saw him again, but his car, coat, and lunch were located in Mullen with initial reports of a supposed struggle.
There was no specific evidence that was discovered that indicated what had happened, which led to a lot of the speculations.
The speculation. Like the anonymous Spokane man who told the sheriff Teed was walking along a highway from Republic, Washington to Canada a month later. Or this one. That Teed had been slain by game poachers. Is that kind of what you guys ran into, of trying to figure out what's verified and what's not?
It is, and a lot of the stories, if you read through them, there were, allusions to hot clues and sightings of Teed that at the time law enforcement didn't really give any weight to based on what they knew.
Hot clues? Nothing's hotter than that spelling.
I think they are the same. I don't know why they chose to spell them that way.
We don't know what that hot clue was either. The department makes it clear to carry on the search for Teed until the man is found. So the search team grew to 1,000 people, highlighted with bloodhounds and resources from Washington to Montana. A newspaper in Wallace even called it the greatest manhunt ever conducted in the Coeur d'Alene district.
Mines were shutting down so that the workers could go and help with the search. There were your everyday civilians that were heading into the woods. There was a lot of support and a lot of desire to find him and figure out what happened. So it was kind of a thing that brought the community together to try to figure out what happened to Teed.
But they never did. Those hot clues turned cold, and the $100 reward produced no new direction. The department even appointed a new warden that same year. Do you think we will know what happened at some point?
I certainly hope so. I don't know, but I certainly hope so.
Well, it did. This week, after nearly a century of speculation and investigation, the 90-year-old Shoshone County cold case is officially closed. That is right. The case for Idaho Deputy Game Warden Ellsworth Teed was reopened last year after a new witness came forward. Shoshone County deputies now believe a man named George Pentland confronted and killed Teed.